Here we have a beautiful fried catfish. This is a wonderful cornmeal type crust catfish, and it is very crispy and crunchy on the outside and quite delicious. Today I teach you how to make this. Howdy folks, welcome to Texas Cooking Today. On this episode we're going to be cooking up some beautiful food. Now folks, I would like to say thank you very much for watching, and let's get in the kitchen and get this cooked up. You're going to enjoy this. Howdy folks, today we're going to be making fried catfish. Now fried catfish is something I've been making my whole life. When I was a boy I used to go fishing. I would catch catfish, then we would clean them, skin them, and fillet them, and I would batter them up this exact same way. This is a wonderful, easy to do, delicious way to do fish. Now you don't have to do just catfish. If you want, you can do flounder, you can do trout, you can do tilapia, you can do any kind of fish you want this way. Today I have a couple of fillets of fish here, and even though the title did say fried catfish, this is going to be tilapia is what I'm going to do. But don't shy away, the methods are identical. The fish really looks quite similar too, so don't worry about that. Now guys, let's get into this. Let's get busy fixing all of these ingredients, and we're going to make some wonderful tasting fried fish. You're going to like this. Well guys, today, as I've already mentioned, we have some tilapia here. You can use any fish you want. And also we're going to be starting with some flour, and then I have some eggs and milk for the wet part of our batter, and then for the dry addition to the batter we have that cornmeal, some flour, some black pepper, and salt. And that's all there is to it. And today I'm going to be frying with peanut oil. I love the flavor of peanut oil when I'm frying. If you try it, you might enjoy it too. Otherwise, any cooking oil will work fine for this. Now folks, so you'll know, what we're going to need is some bowls. I'm going to use 2 bowls for dusting and 1 for wet. So I've got a smaller bowl here for my egg and milk. The larger ones I'm going to use for my dry materials. You're going to need a place for your fish after you cook it up. I like to use a simple rack like this. This is what they call a pan rack in the commercial cooking world, and we use these for all kinds of things. But in this case, we're going to use it as a drain rack. And the nice thing about this is, instead of setting your fish on paper towels or something, this will allow air to flow under it, and you don't get that steam buildup that can cause the fish's the batter to become softened. So this helps to protect your batter. Now guys, when it comes to the pan, I want to discuss this for a minute. When you're putting oil into a pan, if you have a pan with these swooped sides like this that flares out, you're going to be using a lot more oil. These pans that do this, you'll be surprised. Once you've compared the two, using a straight-sided pan will save you a lot of oil. And really, you're getting about the same amount of cooking area, okay? So I'm going to use a nice straight-sided pan for this. I'm going to put about a 1/2 inch of cooking oil in there. We're starting our wet batter. Now I've got my eggs cracked and in this bowl. I'm simply going to add that milk to it. Very simple. Let's go ahead and break those yolks and just beat it lightly. There we go. I would like to explain why I have done an egg batter instead of just using some milk or something by itself, or buttermilk. The reason I do it this way is when I have something that fries really fast, I need assistance in browning that batter, and the egg actually helps to brown it a little bit faster. It's a neat way of doing it, and it works well, guys. It's time for us to go ahead and make the dry portion of our batter. This is a very simple combination. We're going to place our cornmeal, the flour, the pepper, and the salt all down in this bowl. There we go. Just use a whisk to combine those. There we go. Now we have to do the last part, which is just getting our flour in this other bowl. Don't forget to turn on the flame underneath your oil. Get that heated up to 320 degrees before you start battering off that fish. The batter doesn't take long to do, and once it's ready to go in, it's ready to go in. The temperature is coming up on my oil and it's over 200 degrees. Now this fillet looks like it's going to break apart, and if it does, don't worry guys, they work just fine. I place the fillet down in the flour and I want to dust it. I just simply shake the bowl. Look at that. The flour flips up over the sides, the fillet sinks, and then it's covered in the flour that you need it covered in. After this, and let me explain, the reason we do this, the flour, we're taking advantage of one of the properties that flour has, and that is that flour has gluten. Gluten is sticky. It's a glue, and we're going to use that property to help bind the other ingredients. So I use the gluten, then I wet it, which activates it, then I place the gluten and that egg down in this, give it a shake, oh yeah, and we have covered it once again. I can let it sit there for just a moment as I go ahead and start dusting my next fillet. There we go. At this point, I can take this one, place it right in my oil, and we're up and cooking. Now my oil is hitting about 270 degrees. It'll be a few more minutes before it's ready. It appears my oil has now come up to the right temperature. So I'm going to take my first fillet and pull him out and gently lay him straight in the oil. Now work that second one over. Oh yeah. So I really have enough batter here to do several fish fillets, a lot more than the two that I'm doing. There we go. I'll take that one down in the oil. All right. We're up and cooking. That is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? These don't take long. We're just looking for a beautiful golden brown on each side. The batter really tells you when it's ready. It only takes about 3 to 4 minutes per side. And after that, your fish come out absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's turn that little beauty. Look at that color. Isn't that nice? This one went in just a moment later, so I'm going to give it just a moment more before turning it. Now what you saw us use today, we started with the flour, and that was 1 cup of flour. The wet mixture I did was 2 eggs to 1/2 of a cup of milk, and then my dry mix was the cornmeal, and that's 1 cup of cornmeal to 1/4 of a cup of flour. I used 1 tablespoon of black pepper and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Wonderful way of doing your fish, guys, and you're really going to enjoy this recipe when you give it a shot. All right, guys, let's take a look here. Oh yeah, beautiful golden brown both sides. And that's been there for about 4 minutes per side. Oh yeah, look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? There we have it. So we're going to give those a moment to finish draining. And once they're done, oh, we're going to plate it up and enjoy. Guys, this is delicious. I've been sitting here enjoying some of it. If you want a wonderful way to do your fish, you just found it. Nice and crunchy, perfect. It's not too thick a batter either. It doesn't detract from the fish. It's not all batter and little fish. It's just right. It's everything I expect when I purchase fish and I want it battered just the right way. This is what I'm expecting. And it's wonderful. Guys, thank you very much for watching. If you would, please click the subscribe button and the bell next to it so you know when I post, which is, by the way, every Thursday. So if you would, please check out what I have coming out. There's some really good stuff. Also, if you would take a look at the channel, you're going to find a lot of really good things there. Please share this video, and folks, please have a good day. Bye-bye. Oh yeah. Well, folks, there it is. Beautiful recipe. Thank you very much for watching Texas Cooking Today for this episode. If you would, please click the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Click that bell next to it so you'll know when I post. Also, if you would, please share this video. Check out my channel. You're going to find a lot of wonderful recipes there. And folks, please also have a good day. Bye-bye.